Hello friends, today we are going to talk about Maya. Now, Maya is a very commonly used term in Buddhist and Hindu tradition. The phrase "सब कुछ माया है" or "everything is Maya" is a commonly used Indian phrase. Now let's try to understand Maya with the help of a story between Narad Muni and Sri Krishna. Now Narad was deeply devoted to Lord Krishna, and there are many stories told in scriptures about their adventures together. One day, it is said, Narad was taking a walk with Sri Krishna. The Lord was very pleased with his devotee and told him to ask for a boon, anything he might desire. Now Narad was already illuminated. He had no personal desires worth speaking of, so he had to think some time before he could come up with an answer. Finally, he remembered something even he had never understood, for all the breadth and depth of his spiritual experience. Lord, he said, explain to me how you have become the cosmos, from the smallest atom to the greatest star. Tell me how in every being you hide yourself in countless forms, so that people never see that beneath all life there is only one. Show me how you hide yourself as many. Tell me the secrets of your mind. Shikshna smiled and did not answer immediately. For the secret of Maya is the final riddle of existence. But he had to say something. After all, he has given his word. All right, Narad, he said. But first, I am very thirsty. Will you please bring me a glass of water? The sun was burning fiercely in the tropical sky, but Narad ignored the heat and immediately set off for the nearest house to fetch some water. It took some time, for the village across the rice field that had seemed so near proved to be a much longer walk than he had guessed. The sun beat down, and his feet grew tired. He began to think he might as well ask for 2 glasses of water and drink the second one himself. At last, very tired and thirsty, Narad reached the village and knocked at the door of the very first house he saw. Who should open the door but a breathtakingly beautiful girl who looked at him with such lovely eyes that he forgot all about his thirst. Narad did not know what to say. He hemmed and hawed, and all the time he was hemming and hawing, he just stood there with a gentle smile, looking at him with those eyes. Finally, he blurted out, "Will you marry me?" They got married and settled down, and Narad was very happy. They had children, they had some more children, and children all graduated from school and got jobs in the village and settled down. Gradually, one by one, the children too got married and had children of their own. The years flew by. Narad became the patriarch of a great dynasty. Everything had turned his hand to be prospered, and his family became 100 strong until their fields stretched for miles around. Then one day, a terrible flood overcame the village. It swept away cottages, it swept away cattle and human beings, and it devastated the land. Before his eyes, everyone in his family was drowned except Narad, who was overwhelmed by grief. In a matter of hours, everything he had built up around him over the years, wife, family, home, and land, has been wiped out. With nowhere else to turn, he cried out from the depth of his heart, "Help me, Lord." Immediately, as if a veil were lifted from his eyes, Narad saw Sri Krishna standing before him, with a peacock feather dancing in his hair and a playful smile on his lips, looking just as he had so many years before. "Narad," Sri Krishna asked gently, "where is my glass of water?" Then Narad remembered, and he fell at the feet of the Lord. In one tremendous insight, he had seen the nature of Sri Krishna's divine play.